All right. Great, let's go. All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Vito, and I would like to call this school district of Brown Deer School District meeting to order. I call this meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Verification of public notice. The meeting has been publicly noticed. Verification of a quorum. We have 6 members in attendance this evening. Approval of the agenda. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Thank you very much, Ms. Robinson. Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Megan. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor, raise hand and/or aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing seen none, motion carries 6-0. And the reading of our mission and vision statement. Our mission is through the lens of excellence, equity, and engagement. We are dedicated to empowering every student with the essential skills to build a foundation for lifelong learning. And our vision is to provide a rigorous education that empowers our students to confidently navigate in our ever-changing world. All right, this is our regular board meeting. So again, individuals in the chat are down online or in person with us. When the public comments section comes up, state your name, your Brown Deer address, and you will have 3 minutes. And it has to be making a comment, not a question, but a comment about item that is on our agenda. Okay, all right. So members in attendance, yes, ma'am.
Is there an agenda we can see so we see what's on the
Yeah, they should be there and they were posted, but okay, everyone. Okay, thank you very much. All right. With that being said, let's go to our district administrator's report. Dr. Cotton.
Dr. Vito.
All right.
Good evening. Although August may be summer break for many, our district was just as busy preparing for the 25-26 school year. Members of the ASC and all building administrators attended the back to school barbecue at the Bradley Crossing Housing Complex. Staff members were able to meet and greet Brown Deer students and their families. Organizers of the event shared how pleased they were to see the district members in attendance at this special family event. All district and building administrators, including the instructional coaches, attended our first ever Administrators Institute. This institute was designed to provide professional development opportunities on district initiatives and programs. Sessions included Gemini AI training, data dives using WiseDash Local, communication protocols, and the district walkthrough tool. All attendees received a certificate of participation. I would like to thank all staff and Director Robinson for your attentiveness, willingness to learn, and overall positive attitude. Students transitioning to 6th and 9th grade had a day dedicated to them in their new school. On August 19th, freshmen, new students, and parent orientation was held at the high school. Participants received information regarding high school policies and procedures, graduation requirements, career and college pathways, and sports club and activity information. Students had the opportunity to do a class rotation, tour the building, practice using their lockers, and see their schedules. Students new to the middle school participated in a scavenger hunt, which was held the next day, August 20th, to help them get acclimated, acclimated to their school, learn more about the middle school expectations, and were exposed to musical instruments, lockers, and learned how to log into Skyward. And these logins will be used on their first day of school. The school district of Brown Deer was well represented at the Village Community Vibes event, a display table featuring district information, materials, including gifted and talented services, as well as a number of Brown Deer swag giveaways were present. All members of the cabinet and building administrators were present and mingled with parents, students, and members of the Brown Deer Village. Friday night, our football team held their home opener against Pius XI Popes. Our team played a competitive game with sophomore sensation Jaden Craig Colley, scoring all 3 touchdowns from quarterback Peyton Norrington. One touchdown was a 52-yard catch and score, and another touchdown was 60 yards. The team battled, but came up short by a score of 30-26. Yeah, it was. We welcomed our new and returning staff back to the school district of Brown Deer. Participants were provided information that will help them successfully navigate their classroom and the district. Monday, staff received an inspiration welcome from the district administrator that emphasized the power of one. Power of one relationship, one good grade, one student, one encouraging conversation, one championship game, or one smile in the hallway. One man can change the world and one teacher can change a student's life. And told them to feel your power and do something good with it. Dr. Todd Whitaker was our featured guest speaker who authored over 65 books. He articulated the difference between what great teachers do differently from their average counterparts. Staff were provided with strategies to help them become more prepared in the classroom and challenge them on their own standard of greatness. Lastly, a friendly reminder to all that our Day One celebration for welcoming our students back will occur at the middle high school this year. This event will take place on Tuesday, September 2nd, and guests are asked to arrive at 7:15 a.m. And we already had confirmations from Representative Andraka and Senator Seneca. They will be with us to help welcome. And we, as always, we've invited all of our Brown Deer dignitaries, our village president, business manager, police, and fire to come and help us welcome back our students on September 2nd at 7:15 a.m. if you're able to join us, even though the students will walk into the building at 7:45. It has been an exciting few days having staff return, and as I said to a lot of them, I'm very happy to see them return. They all look good, and I look forward to the upcoming school year. Thank you, and that concludes the report for the month of August.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Cotton. Board members, anyone have any questions or for Dr. Cotton? Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, now let's go on to our item number. Let's go on to our item number 3, public comments. For those that are in the chat, please, if you're on the chat, please sign in and put in your name and Brown Deer address, and we will monitor to be able to let you in. Persons that are in attendance, again, just raise your hand to be heard. You have 3 minutes, and it's a comment on an item that is on our agenda. So is there anyone wishing to be heard? Again, in 3 minutes, please. Anyone wanting to be heard? Yes.
I'm not sure if it's on your agenda. Do I have to go up there? Or can I stand here?
No, you can stand there.
So, we came here. I don't know, I can't tell what's on the agenda and whether our item will be applying to the agenda. We came to talk to you about the recent flood that occurred. And the school property has all kinds of logs, tree stumps, and tree roughage that had blocked up the grate and the creek and the sewer. And that made the flood exacerbate.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. So, okay.
It falls on the bats.
Right, no. I remember I needed her name and her Brown Deer address first.
So the name,
Yes, ma'am.
Goehre, last name,
Goh.
Goe,
Goe.
HRE,
Okay.
8244 North 55th Street.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Yes, ma'am.
So, we were aware and witnessed the tree stumps and tree chunks and all of the tree things you put there and all of the stuff there that came and blocked the tunnel and the grate so that the water could not get in. We had to wait until the village was free to have heavy machinery pull it out. We have photography of the heavy machinery pulling that out. We would like the school system of Brown Deer to be responsible and removing all trees, all tree stumps, and keeping it clear so that we do not have, if we have a heavy rain, that we don't have it blocked up. We believe we were flooded longer than necessary because this stuff was blocking the tunnel from your area of wildlife, river, whatever the creek, with all the tree stumps, and we were told that when trees come down, you leave them there, don't remove them. We want the school system to be responsible in removing all tree and wood things that could block up the tunnel by the creek. And there was a lot of money spent years ago to dig out the fields. That was before all of you were probably here, so that the floodwater would have a place to go. Well, it's a waste of time for them to have spent that money if the water cannot get into the tunnel, which is what occurred at this point. So we would like you guys to take some action to be responsible and removing all the trees, trunks that are just lying around there.
And you said this is
I have
where?
photographs.
Where?
That the creek area where all of the.
Where Dean used to be?
Pardon?
Where Dean used to be at, where Dean School?
I have I have photographs that will show you.
Where, I
I
mean,
think it's, Dr. Beadle, I think it's just.
So that
It's
that
the
goes
outdoor
across the whole
education
block.
area.
So.
oh, okay, all
The
right.
creek goes across the whole block. In that creek, there's trees and trunks this size and they're big and thick and trees come down. And all of it is just left there. And when we have the heavy rain, it floats and it blocks and it ends up in our yard. We have wood chips that probably were under the school playground equipment that was in our yard and blocking up all of the grates. And we would like you to consider responsibly removing all the things that can block that tunnel, so that if we have heavy rains, at least the water can get through.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I have a lot of photographs that show all of this.
I mean, no, I was gonna let you know, thank you so much for that and letting us know. I don't think this is probably something that the board would actually knew or whatever have you, but again, now that you've made that comment, our facilities director is actually right in front of you. And we'll take a look at it and see exactly what all we can do and the things that we're responsible for. We will definitely make sure that we take care of those, ma'am. And I hate that happened to anybody that had any flooding damage go on to their property and stuff because it was rampant. So
It was hard to see that all this stuff was there and we had to wait hours until it could be cleared. And they were busy at another area on Green Bay and Brown Deer Road.
Mhm.
And as soon as they started pulling that out, the water could get through. So to us, we just want you to be responsible and aware.
we got you. Yes, ma'am. We definitely have you. And like I said before, we'll definitely take care of it. Mr. Russ is acting like I said before, he is right there and it may be potentially be part of his facilities report and everything. So again, we will definitely take care of everything that we need to take care of on our end. And again, like I said, apologies that ended up happening to your property and to anyone else that lived in the village that ended up with water damage because of this terrible flooding. So again, thank you very much for that comment.
And Ms. Ross is going to get her number so that I can get in contact with her.
Okay.
Because I asked her to do that.
Right. Thank you
And
so
we'll
much.
follow up with her.
Okay.
Question, for situations like this or similar, is there like an emergency number where people can call here and?
And basically, they would really call the village or whatever, DW, they would call the Department of Public Works in relationship to that, because, even though it is school district property or whatever have you, we work in conjunction with the village for anything that we need to have happen.
So
So,
who we are.
yeah, and I'm quite sure. All right.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Your name and address, please.
82 55th Street.
Mhm.
This is my daughter.
Okay.
One thing, when is the last time any one of you on the school board ever walked down that street and looked at it? Where the school parking lot is? It's a wonder that water can even get through. I mean, you need to go there, you need to look at it, and something should be done about it. Now, when we pay our water bill every quarter, we're paying over $31 a quarter for them to clean waterways. Now, I know it's school property, but you have
water coming in from the west side up around there to the school drain. You have water coming from Dean Road coming in there. So it shouldn't be just that the school should have to take care of it. The village should help you take care of it. Because if you go down there, you'll see nothing has been done for years and it's in very bad shape. And I periodically call to ask them, I'm always calling the people to take the stumps away. Every time we get an inch of rain, I call and I ask them to take stumps away. I would really like it if you people would look at it.
Yes, ma'am. Again, like I said before, Mr. Russ is there, but you know what, as school, and you did say as school board members, we taking a walk. So what we may do is we may take a field trip. And take us an educational walk so we can see exactly what's going on.
Go from the school parking lot down and you'll see it's very extremely poorly taken care of and very clogged up.
That was Beverly.
Okay.
My name is Beverly.
Okay, hey, I was just gonna call you ma'am. All right, and so like I said before, thank you so much for that comment and being so passionate about it, and we will definitely we'll make sure that we take action, and we'll also talk with the village as well too, in relationship to that, because it's a partnership that we have with the village and the school district in order, especially for something from the Department of Public Works. Okay. And then again, if anything still doesn't happen, go on the website. You got my telephone number, call me. All right? All right, not a problem. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard? Not online? Anyone else in the present? All right, thank you very much. Let's go on to our item number 4, our consent agenda, approval of our minutes and schedule of vouchers. Would someone like to make a motion?
Dr. Beagle, I'd like to make a motion to approve and including the minutes of the July 22nd, 2025 regular board meeting, the schedule voucher payment. The check, ACH and wire transfers in the amount of $1,451,999.75. Then the general checking account and the food service account, including funds 10, 21, 27, 39, 46, 50, 73, and 80.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ashley. Motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Ms. Megan. Motion is made. Say any discussion?
I just have a question for the meeting minutes. Does it matter if we were present via Zoom or in person for the board members?
Or the vote, it doesn't matter if we made a
Not
vote.
me, does it matter if it says it in the agenda? Cause I noticed it said it for administrators, but not for the board members.
If a board member is actually, if we should have it, if a board member is virtual, you should put it down that the person is virtual and stuff and not in person. But again, the vote counts unless it is something that goes into emergency session.
Right, so then with that being said, then I just wanna make sure that Donna has me listed as virtual for that July meeting.
Got you. I'll correct that.
All right, with that slight modification, all in favor would raise hand and or aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And you see that motion carries 7-0. All right. And so now let's go on to our next item, which is our item 5A, approval of new hires. Ms. Jackson.
Good evening, board. Tonight I have 4 new hires to report for the school year. So I'll start with Mr. James Gray, high school math. Start date is August 25th of 2025, and he's replacing Yana Johnson. Second is Lillian Malecki, elementary school 4K teacher. Start date is August 25th, 2025. This is an internal change for Carla Vanden Boom. Third would be Jamarcus Lewis, high school physics. Start date is August 25th of 2025, replacing Mr. Eric Schmidt. Fourth would be Ms. Tequila Jones, elementary school, early childhood special education. Start date is August 25th of 2025, replacing Stephen Brinker.
All right, so we can,
Hires.
okay, so we make this all in one motion because everyone's start date is August 25th?
That is correct.
All right, the 2025 for the 25-26 school year. We had a bit of a, okay. All right, would someone like to make a motion?
Dr. Vito, I'd like to make a motion to approve the hiring of Lillian Malecki as an elementary school K-4 teacher. Tequila Jones as an elementary school and early childhood special education teacher. James Gray as a high school math teacher, and Jamarcus Lewis as a high school physics teacher, effective August 25th, 2025 for the 25, 26 school year.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Macon. A motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lynn. All right, motion is made. Second, any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor will raise hand and or aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing and seeing none, motion carries unanimously 7-0. So we will like to go ahead and welcome Lillian, Tequila, James, Jamarcus, to the Brown Deer family. And as we always say, this is family business. So we welcome them, and we know we're expecting wonderful and great things to be able to move our students forward and support. So thank you very much. All right, let's go on to our next item, approval of resignations. Ms. Jackson.
I have one resignation to report for the 24-25 a school year, which would not be moving forward. I'm sorry. I have a 24-25 resignation to report. This teacher would not be moving forward with 25-26 school year, and that would be Michelle Harvey from the elementary school, special education cross-categorical teacher. She submitted her resignation on August 22nd of 2025. Her last day of employment would be June 11th of 2025.
Okay, all right, would someone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the resignation of Michelle Harvey as an elementary school special education cross-cat teacher effective August 22nd, 2025, pending receipt of liquidated damages.
All right, we do have a motion. Do we have a second? All right, thank you, Ms. Ashley. Motion made and second. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor, raise hand or aye. Any opposed? Hearing and seeing none, motion carries unanimously 7-0, and we welcome and we wish Ms. Harvey her future endeavors, good luck with that. All right, and once a falcon, always a falcon. Okay, all right, let's go.
Much full.
Instant.
We're pretty much full now, or do we still have a few?
Right now, we have two special education positions that are open, and then we have a building sub position that is open, both elementary school positions.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Ramos, you were interviewing for one of those special education positions, so there are candidates in the pool, hopefully for the position.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Jackson, for those updates for us. All right, let's go on to our next item, our facilities and grounds update. Mr. Russ.
Good evening, board. Tonight, I just wanted to give you a couple points. One of them being is that our summer buildings cleaning schedule has been completed. We are all set. Our beautiful schools are up and running and looking bright and shiny with wax floors, paint on the walls, and all the fun things that come with summertime cleaning. My crew has worked day and night sometimes to get everything taken care of. So kudos to those, and our contractors, CCS for elementary school, taking care of all of that. On to the next one, which would be the flooding situation that we had. Wanted to give you guys an update on that situation, and you guys know that they have some flooding occurred here at the district. The elementary school being the one that took the most of the fall. We had a little bit of water to the west side of our buildings, which did get into 5 of our classrooms, well, 4 of our classrooms and a couple of the offices right there. I want to say thank you to CCS who was prompt and ready to come help us extract all the carpets and get all of everything, try to get everything back up and running as fast as humanly possible. Thanks to Ron Harmon, who was there with me, helping at the high school, which we suffered a few small damages. One of the rooms, a drain pipe overflowed, and we had a classroom that was hit one. But other than that, it was a few ceiling tiles, a couple cracks in the roofing. So our roofing company came up the very next day, Monday, and fixed and repaired all of the roofing problems that we had. So I wanted to give thank you to Trumco, who came out and helped out with that. So right now, as we speak, I am working with the chief of police to help out with some of the pricing and all of this for the relief funds that the state is giving us. So I'll be working with that, and I'll get you an update to that once I have a bigger update, better update.
Was there anything, you mentioned the high school, one classroom with roofing cracks and tile, anything with the middle school?
The middle school was actually pretty dry, actually, believe it or not. It was just the older parts of our buildings that were. Yeah, so we were very fortunate at the high school to only have a few rough leaks, so. Yeah, we're blessed with that.
Okay.
And then I wanted to preempt you guys, we are having a little bit of floor work done to the Novak Field House. Some of our flooring is getting ready to need to be redone. So preemptively letting you guys know that we're going to be looking at pretty soon having to redo our floors.
Basketball courts or
Yeah.
the surrounding track?
Basketball courts, but probably at the end of the day, all the above. But the basketball courts are gonna be needing to be addressed here in the next couple of years. So we should be starting to think something like that.
Mr. Russ, what does that mean?
So what that means is that
replacing?
the company will have to come out and sand the floors down to bare wood again. We've typically a floor like this is about an 8 to 10 year. We're on 12. According to the company that installed the floor and had been taking care of that floor for the last 12 years. In the Midwest, people tend to make it go a little bit longer, which is about 10 to 15 years. We're getting right in the middle of all of that. Where we're starting to see more of the wax starting to peel. Even if we are doing preventative maintenance on it, it's starting to become to a point where it's gonna start to fail more. And something like that, what they would do is they would take it all down to bare floor and then start all over, so to speak. So they would put a new coat of wax, they put the new mural on, and it would look brand. So, and this is the company that's been with us since day one, so they've been there for everything, so.
Board, I want you to know, if you'll, and Mr. Russ showed me the area that we're talking about. We're talking about on the outer edges mostly of
Yeah.
the floor itself. My main concern was, can students be on this floor without injury? And so what it is, it's really, if you think about it, I know it's something that needs to be done just because of the number of years that we've had the floor, but it's cosmetic at this point. If a student were to walk on it, step on it, run on it, they should not injure
No.
themselves. It's just, you can see it. If you've ever seen wax where it's missing in a spot, that's what so you'd have to really be up on it, because otherwise it kind of shows, but no student injuries. And that's for any parents that are on there too. When the students come back, we should have an injury for students. If they should get on the floor, it's really cosmetic at this.
So the big thing then, putting the seat, you had me worried at first. I thought we were gonna have to get a brand new floor, not get it sanded down and burned. Okay, that's a little bit different.
We can keep
Okay.
the floor, so.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that made it a little bit different because I remember when the pricing for that floor, period, point blank, it was a nice number. So again, since we just gotta sand it down and redo it, then I feel a little bit better about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still, okay, price tag that will go with it, but.
And it's useful.
For students, yes. So, it's something that we're going to be, looking at here in the future. And then, I wanted to give you guys an update. We are, PA systems are, being worked on as we speak. We had a little bit of a failure, with one of our mic systems or the PA systems, but, when I called the, PA system, they will be out here as soon as possible. Until then, we are scheduled to use our phone systems as the quote unquote mic. As far as that is concerned, because our phone systems do integrate with the PA system itself. The actual mic system is kind of like an emergency basis if our phone systems go down. So just to give you an update, I will be, we are addressing this. It's the same thing.
And it's the middle school that's having the concern.
Yeah.
Will you be able to have a company come in prior to September 2nd and the students come in?
I am bugging them every day to try to get out there as fast as possible. I've been working with them to try to get it, working, over the phone as well, so they're trying to free someone up one of the projects to get out before this. And that is the end of my facility update.
All right, board members, questions for Matt regarding any of our facility issues?
Nothing but about the facilities, but just to reiterate, just looking into the matter that was just brought to our attention. Some of us have.
And I will have an update for you with that, the next.
Thank you, sounds good. Any other questions from board members? All right, thank you, Matt, appreciate it, appreciate your report and your update. Okay, our next item is our safety update, so that would be you as well, sir.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to give the board an update. Our safety team has been working very hard over the summer to get us up to date, ready for this 25-26 school year. As of right now, we have, each school has their own small safety committee. And we have the members that are gonna be doing that. They're going to meet once a month to discuss each individual school safety matters. So that we can, once a month, as a collaborative group of the bigger safety committee can collaborate and get those updates to you guys and do any of the conversations or safety bits that we need to have spread throughout our school districts. Throughout the school districts, I apologize. One of the things is that we are doing more trainings. So once a month, this is gonna be a really good insight to our lockdown trainings for all of our students and staff. So we are going to be doing a student power presentation. So this is actually new to the school district where we are having students involved in the lockdown, so to speak, training. We are also doing the staff training as well, and that is being held at tomorrow's 27th, if I remember right. So we are having a 2 hour training on all that. Now, as you guys know, that we went from the Alice part of training to now we are doing the I Love You Guys training. So that is new to our school district as well, which will help manage things a little bit more and make things a little bit more easier for training purposes as well.
What time is that?
I believe it starts at 10:30 tomorrow,
10:30 to 12.
10:30 to 12.
Which building?
It'll be at the middle high school.
Self-com.
South Common. Thank you, Becky.
All right. Any other updates for this?
We are also doing more vector training. We have slips, trips, and falls being added to our vector training,
Good.
as a part of, helping our
Slips,
staff.
trips and falls. right?
Yes, helping our staff become safer, more aware of their surroundings as well. So that'll be a part of their vector training. Ms. Trina, and thanks to Kara for helping putting that on this vector training. So yeah, and we are going to, I will have at the end of September, date for you as far as all the trainings that have happened throughout the month of September. At the September safety update.
What is the name of the, that rate that we're charged when migrate, right? Is there anything that's in writing to let the staff know that this affects our being able, we probably can't say our ability to be able to give raises and things, but just let them know that it affects our school in some type of way? Are they familiar with it?
Physical impact?
Right,
I think it's part of the insurance.
right,
I thought we couched it within. the
It is.
Insurance.
but,
And how our rates have been escalating because
Right.
of the number of accidents.
So we've had, yeah.
Referred by staff.
right, so maybe a proactive approach would be to share with them the ramifications of having excessive slips, trips and falls. Something in writing, I'm sorry.
I didn't put it in writing, but I did address that with staff yesterday at the all staff meeting. And I
Perfect.
talked to them about that was being added to, telling them about being careful was part of, it was a safety, something in there that we talked about safety, and I mentioned that directly and told them that that was part of their vector training, and that I did. I mentioned the slip, trips and falls in it, but I didn't place it in writing, but I did tell all of the staff that was there that this was, that we have to be careful. They have to be mindful of their surroundings, how they're walking in and out of buildings. And I mentioned that,
And
just
being
in
safe
regards
to
to that.
themselves, certainly, but definitely understanding that without this training,
Mhm,
that it does affect the insurance rates,
mhm.
which they ultimately have to pay for. So, yeah, okay.
It doesn't sound like it's optional though, for them to
What's that?
attend. To attend that training.
The professional
No,
development?
no, that's.
No,
No, that's-
Yeah, it's-
They have to, it's
It's
not optional.
mandatory.
It's mandatory, it's part of their vector training.
Yeah, and the vector training, they have to do it because they sign off on. it.
Yeah, they sign off.
Okay, they do
Digi-
sign off on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
digitally, they sign off on this for the vector.
Okay, cool.
And that's just the first of many. We'll have
Yeah,
more.
and this is gonna be an ongoing thing. As far as these kind of trainings are gonna be concerned, I will be working with. Yeah, and our insurance company and be working with Clinton. Well, and more things that we can do for our setup as far as trainings are concerned. And we can bring those to our small committees for inside for the small school meetings. And that can be something that they can talk about with their staff during their once a month meetings, as far as that's concerned as well.
And to add to your concern, until those vector trainings, they have to be electronically acknowledged. And so what happens is there's a certification that I print out. So let's just say that they've been trained in something and then they injured themselves. Well, the insurance carrier is gonna wanna know the details and whether or not this person was trained to help with the claim that they would probably be, well, help with the claimant and processing the workers' compensation claim. So it can kind of round off some of those claims as well.
Well, we want to be partners definitely in their safety for sure. So that's just another way of showing a partnership that we have with them. We're going to provide this training. We understand that it's been an issue. It is consequential. So,
Yeah.
great, thank
Which
you.
is different from our me submitting claims previously. I didn't have the supporting documentation saying that employees have been trained on slip, trips and falls. And so now this will be a little bit different now that we implemented the vector training, and I can have a certification printed out and put in the employee's file in case something happens when I submit. And the adjuster is asking me questions about how this accident occurred. I can also prove that this employee was also trained prior to whatever injury that may have happened.
Great job, you guys. Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go on to our next item. Approval of the 25-26 annual meeting budget. Mr. Paul.
Good evening, board. As every August, we have to start preparing for our annual meeting, which is scheduled for Thursday, September 25th this year. DPI requires us to publish the annual budget in the paper a couple of weeks in advance. The annual budget is still very preliminary, as many of the factors are still projections, and we don't have the actual numbers as of yet. However, one of the numbers we did get was our general aid estimate, which showed Brown Deer receiving almost $1 million more in aid. It's due to the equalization value rising, but not as quickly as other districts in the state. That number will provide some tax relief to our taxpayers, but it will not give us additional money.
Right.
As it's still under the limit. It does provide us with an opportunity to defease some debt to keep our levy the same as last year, or similar. Otherwise, everything is on track. We have a planned deficit of 1.3 million as of now. And I'd be happy to answer any questions about the budget. Otherwise, you'll get an updated version in October.
Board members, I think one of the things that's important for us to know, like, again, remember, we all signed off on voted on and approved 800, I think it was like an $850,000 deficit budget or whatever for the 25-26 school year. But again, we know it could went up and it could go down. So now we're saying it's 1.3. But again, there are some other things that are in place or whatever, the potentially it may be able to help us some. But again, I think that this is start of our rally cry to the public, thinking, letting them know that, you know what, we're currently, we do not have enough money to be able to continue to provide all of the great services and high quality education for our students without potentially having to go out for a referendum and or look at a different model in relationship to this. And as a board, I'm proud to say that we, in the last several years, we have not increased the tax dollars to any of our residents for the school district. It's always gone down every year in relationship to that. And that's one of those things that we're very, very, very proud of because we understand how important it is to our community when it comes to their taxes and everything else like that. So we want to let them know that we're doing everything possible on our side to be able to lessen that tax burden. But again, it's getting ready to, as they say, the rubber's getting ready to meet the road in a little while. We've, as good as we've been from being financial stewards of the money, it can only go so far right now without some additional resources coming in. Board members, questions for Mr. Paul in relationship to this preliminary budget for the annual meeting. Again, another big thing is Third Count Friday will definitely let us know exactly where we are. Right now, everything is estimates based upon the number of our pupil enrollment numbers in, enrollment numbers out, and all the rest of those different things and stuff. Third Count Friday is that hard number that we actually can submit to Department of Public Instruction for our reimbursement. Questions for Mr. Paul again? I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you very much. All right, so would someone like to make a motion?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve the 25-26 School District of Brown Deer annual meeting budget as presented.
All right, thank you very much, Hallmark. Motion has been made. Second is Ms. Macon.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Motion has been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Here you see none. All in favor, raise hand and or aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Here you see none. Motion carries unanimously. 7-0. All right, Mr. Paul, got your work cut out for you, sir. All right, let's go on to our next item. Approval of the 24-25 school district report on restraint and seclusion. So, Ms. Ramos?
Good evening. Last four for you. We're ending on Ms. Ramos. And so, board item F is the report that I give to you all, including our seclusion and restraint reports for the 24-25 school year. I have indicated them on the other side for each school. It's broken down, and this is what I will report to DPI in September, once I receive the link. Our numbers did go up a little in the middle school. We did have some newer students that needed a little bit more love. So
Excellent word.
we have given them all the love they need, so that we no longer have to give them the extra love, which requires reporting.
All right.
Any questions?
So I just wanted to get clarification in your executive summary. In the attachment section, it mentions 23, 24.
That was a typo.
Okay.
24, 25. These are new numbers.
Okay.
I just saw that right now too. The old guys.
Yeah.
The other question.
Yes, I was wondering, was there somebody from outside? I had a question. Yes, sir.
You might have
All
a question.
right, so with that being said, would someone like to make a motion to approve?
2024, 5.
Motion has been made, seconded. All right, any discussion? Then seconded by Ms. Robinson. Any discussion? Being said, all in favor, raise hand and or aye. Any opposed? All right, here you see that, motion carries unanimously, 7-0. All right, let's go on to our item, G, our social emotional learning update.
Yes. Me again.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share with the board our survey results in which we survey our students from grades 3 to 12. Now, Panorama is a platform that helps school districts analyze feedback given to us from these surveys. Panorama also houses academic information as well. You all have a double-sided sheet if you don't go online, but this is what our platform looks like when I log in and when administrators log in. The survey results, if you go to the next one there. Yeah. These are topics that we survey our students on, and it gives us an idea of where they're at socially and emotionally. And so we do have some good numbers. If we take a look at how they rate nationally. So they feel like they have great relationships in both the elementary, the middle, and the high. Where we are seeing some drops is in growth mindset, self-efficacy, emotional regulation in the elementary school, and then middle through high, self-efficacy, also growth mindset, and social perspective taking. What we do with these results, the students are surveyed twice a year, 3 times a year last year, we'll do it twice this year, so that we can get some data. And we get that feedback back to us, and on their profile, which you also have a copy. I couldn't show you the live because of student confidentiality, but it shows you, if you take a look at the sheet, this is how it looks like online. It shows you, it will indicate either a red, orange, yellow, or green for how we can see if the kids are socially and emotionally. And if we have students in our hot colors, which are the red or the orange, we ensure that they're either in a tier 2 or in the tier 3 group with our social emotional coaches or our counselors in the building. And so we can take a proactive approach to ensure their overall well. Awesome.
So, Ms. Ramos, quick question. Well, actually, it's not more of a question, it's more of an observation. And looking at the responses from the 3rd to 5th graders and the 6th to 12th graders, all of them are within 5 percentage points of each other for every one of the remarks, except for, I think it was the positive feelings. Yeah, except for positive feelings, there's a much higher rate for the grades 3 through 5 than through the high school. So by us seeing this part right here, and knowing all of the attributes are all within 5%. So it's really telling us a story about really how our students are feeling from elementary school and going through. So I'm quite sure that you're gonna take this information and use it as a plan of action
Yes.
in relationship
Yes.
to doing this. And
And that's really important because we want our students to feel that positive image coming from the elementary to the middle high school. And that's a transition. They have that big transition coming from fifth to sixth. And even though it's in the same building, they are experiencing that transition from eighth to ninth. And we want to make sure that they still feel that positivity towards school and towards their climate.
So again, let me clarify. So the positive feelings is about the school climate.
Mhm.
Okay. Specifically what I'm talking about, like, hey, the facilities are clean.
No, no.
have a sense
It's
of
how they feel.
belonging.
So the questions are, and I will send you all,
What though?
Yeah,
About
so-
moving to school.
I can share the questions with you and I'll send them all in an email. So it asks about your positive relationships within the school. Do you have someone to talk to? Do you have someone to talk to at school? Do you have a close connection with a teacher? Do you have a positive group of friends that will cheer you on? It asks questions like that. And students can let us know. There's a free form question as well, where it will ask, like, is there something you'd like your teacher to know about you that they don't know yet? And they can do a free form answer as well. And then the teachers are given that information.
And what do they do
Oh,
with that
wait, wait, wait,
information?
So what we do is, if they're in the red, they're put in a tier 2 and a tier 3 group.
For a positive feeling?
No, not a positive.
But that's what I
but
wanted to
it's
know
negative.
more about though.
If
Like,
they're not in the green, if they're in the red or orange, we'd like to make sure that we're getting them to the green. Well, if they're not in the green, we'll have them in a social group that they work on in their buildings with their social emotional coaches and the teachers that assist as well. Because in the middle, we have Strive, so we use them as a tier 2, for example. And if they need a more intensive support,
robust.
then they move on to like Miss Ebony or Mr. Tucker.
If you remember, I don't know if you remember, and I'm glad she brought up Strive. If you remember, one of the things with the middle school, because the middle school is the one that Strive is serving, there was a group of students that they met with more in that one-on-one, even though we had it where Strive touched all of the students in the middle school, there was still another offset with that Miss Kirchman, Ms. Washington, and I think they may have had some staff input. Those were students that they needed to touch a little bit more. So that kind of speaks to that stuff that Ms. Ramos is talking about. So they get that one-on-one, that more personal interaction then again with Strive coach, I'll call it for it like a.
and I'll just say the reason why I'm leaning into this so much and wanting to try to get more clarification, right? So when we talk about a sense of belonging, which is what I'm taking away from this, right? And how that really correlates with academic outcomes, right? In that sense. So I'm just wanting to make sure that that's something that one thing begets another, in my opinion, right? And so just trying to make sure that we actually have supports that folks need.
And that's what our WMLSS framework that they has revamped will work on. And I think it's really important that if we can see they're struggling socially or emotionally, is it impacting their grades? If it's not, that's great, but we still want to ensure that we're giving them the support they need for their social emotional. And if it is impacting, making sure we're seeing the whole child.
Yeah, and those who are internalizing as well. I think
Yes.
we lean a lot on the kids who may be a little more outwardly spirited. But for those kids who are, the shy, quiet, withdrawn kids, how are we engaging them as well?
In addition to the services that Director Ramos mentioned, we also have supports through social workers. Dr. Khan also implemented Link Crew for this year, so we have added several services over the past 2 years.
Thank you for that, Dr. Class. Yeah, Link Crew is one of those things that's coming. We also have a program that'll be shared with you, Own It, by Mr. Polk, that's going to dive into the high school students, really trying to get them set. And I have been in some talks with girls, for teen girls, trying to reestablish their connection here in the district as well. Probably gonna offer it as an after-school kind of do it that way. I know that I think they were meeting through the course of the day, but we're in those initial talks and trying to bring them back into the district. So not only the boys, because it sounds like we're talking boy heavy, but that's something that's for the girls as well.
Okay, well, wait, first, Ms. Ashley, then
That's
Ms.
what I
Baker.
probably jumped into.
I'm really, really happy to hear that we're pouring into the boys because the boys are always getting forgotten, right? Put so much into girls and that kind of thing. So I'm really, really happy to hear that we're doing stuff for boys. We heard this information last night. The rest of us were told involved seminar, and one of the things that came out loud and clear was all the stuff that the girls often the business. The second part of my question is, I heard you say that you administer this test 2 times a year. At what point when during the year do you do this?
So last year we administered in October, February and May,
Okay,
and it was a little much for the buildings, is the feedback I received from the administrators. So this school year, I'm hoping to administer it, but either the last week of September into October. And then again, when they come back from Christmas break, so that we can use that data to maybe do some restructuring of any type of groups.
the other, my third and final question is, I know that Strive did a lot of, kind of addressing some of this stuff. And it showed up in their presentations, right? In terms of the delivery of services, the impact it was having on a certain group of population. I'm happy to hear that we're moving into the high school. I'm real happy that we're able to move some of those services into the high school, because just because they move up doesn't mean, I think that the point of, anxiety related to moving into high school, having to take, additional coursework, thinking about high school being over in short years, planning for beyond that high school, all of that can create a whole nother set of issues. And so the fact that we are, kind of dedicating some energy and resources for that high school population.
I think it's important for them to also know that that we hear them.
Yeah.
And that even if they don't want to approach someone, that we see that.
Right.
And that we are here to help them because they want to be seen and they want to feel that connected.
I lied because I thought that I had one final point, but the other piece to this is the whole mental health piece, that I'm glad that the district has not gone to the wayside, even though a lot of the funding is starting to kind of dry up. I think that gets to the mental health piece too, so.
And I'm always, I just had an email from DPI about mental health as well. So I have a meeting with them next week. I was looking for the grant that will help us support that.
Okay, cool, because I saw it too, but then I kind of didn't know where it was going, so.
And
Keep us posted.
we have a meeting, you and I, with the gentleman from
Erin?
Bradley Crossing.
Yes.
That's about mental health services too. So we have a coming meeting, I think on the first day of school. I think that might be when he's coming. Myself and Ms. Ramos will be meeting with him about mental health services, therapy services that we possibly can get into the district pursuits as well.
I think that it's important for also the project that we have Milwaukee Fellows. And so we have male students that's a part of that cohort that's led by Mr. Green, which travels with them from high school to college. So it's a lot of programming.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Bacon?
I guess I have a question. I'm assuming that this is kind of like a Likert scale where they're answering questions. Are there any opportunities for them to enter answers in a open-ended question? So is there a question, for instance, to ask them what kind of support they think they may need or would like?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the second part of this is, I'm wondering whether or not it impacts them with, like, do we have study skills programming, where students can come in? I know we do have certain periods of time where they can stay after school, but maybe specific to study skills and not necessarily toward academic, maybe something like a pep club. I'm thinking, those things from years beyond ago, where it was kind of like, how do you get kids engaged? We had a pep club and drill team and, you know, those little social activities, and they may not be aware of things like that, but it would be interesting to explore those type of social, maybe even intramural sports versus the actual sports, coordinated sports, intramural. You know, just kind of throwing out some ideas of ways to engage students who are the more less assertive kids. Right.
And I think that's, I don't ask that particular question, but it is a question we can ask. If there's something that interests you
Yeah.
that isn't offered, what could it be? So that might be a possibility that we can offer in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Welch.
My question, can you just refresh my memory about whether or not staff, and I mean all staff, like, you know, custodians, kitchen staff, obviously teachers and such, have had any training around cultural responsiveness, trauma sensitive reports?
I would say that we embarked on it, the summer was a part of our discussions with the principals. We were trying to get like 2 to 3 people in here, but we have not been successful, but it is on our radar to have that because we want to be very intentional, and I can let Dr. Khan speak more about it, about who's important, knowing that they're navigating through a lot of people's biases and emotions. And then with that, being careful that people do not take this as an attack on them under the whole federal administration that would bring backlash to the district. So someone who is very versed and careful in that way, but it is on our radar and we are looking.
Yeah, I thought Dr. Glass was gonna bring up, they have been in talks. It was one of the things that she said that we talked about this summer. And I know the name that got floated around about, I think it was prior to my arrival, they had talk through with Judge Mosley. And they talked about bringing bringing him back and having him talk directly to staff. I think that was part of some of the information that he did with you all. It was prior to my arrival, but they speak very highly. And so we need to just get in contact with him to see, because he talks about that cultural piece and, you know, kids being seen through your classrooms and all that.
Yes, Derek does a really good job with that.
Is this a one-time thing though that he does?
Not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't looking for a drive-by, right? Because we know that true implementation will take 12 to 18 months, depending upon the money that we want to put there. But we weren't intending for it to be a drive-by. We were looking for sessions to help us, you know, see our own biases and how it impacts us every day.
He can offer that or somebody else? Are you thinking about?
Well, yes, we were looking at Dr. Judge Mosley, Dr. Latrice Reed. We also were looking at Deanna Singh. And then when it comes to culturally relevant teaching, Dr. Tiara
Murtry.
Yes. Thank you for that correction.
Very good options.
All right, any other further questions? Yeah, definitely not free. But you know, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, you
You gotta pay for certain things. All right, so let's go on to our next item. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Discussion and approval of additional open enrollment seats. Dr. Cott.
It's Ms. Ramos, actually.
Oh, really?
Kind of tag team in this one.
Okay.
People service, it's people services.
So Dr. Patton and I met with one another and also Mr. Griffin to discuss opening additional seats. And so we worked through the capacity of certain grades in our meeting. And we had agreed that we would recommend an additional 25 seats, which would be brand new, in the grades K5, first and second. And what we did was we asked Mr. Griffin what the capacity would be in those classes. And then I filled them to about 97%. Now, in the past, we haven't used a formula like that. So we would like to start doing that moving forward so that, it increases our enrollment. We decided at the elementary school level, because we do have now a waiting list, and we have excited families that want to know the Brown Deer Way. And we thought at K-5, little babies with sponges to learn the Brown Deer Way would be the best time to accept them and embrace them with open arms. Now, the additional 10 seats that you see here are students that are already here. And they're on our waiting list because they either moved during the school year and qualified for a tuition waiver, and then they applied for open enrollment because they no longer live here. But they have been students here for a long time. So they are not new students.
For which group?
The 3rd through 11th.
3rd through 11.
All right, so 3 and 3rd, 3 and 4th, 1 and 5th. All
2 and 9.
2 and 9th and 1 and 11.
right, so those are existing students
Those are the
that were under open enrollment, but potentially we could lose them
They were
because they have 1 year left of eligibility or they move.
Here.
two tuition waivers
Right.
that
They were here, I'm saying.
here.
Uh-huh.
They just moved during the
Mhm.
school year. They applied for OE and they're on our waiting list. So when we do our OE waiting list, anyone with a waiver that's already here, we randomize them first.
Right.
And then we randomize everyone else. So they're like 1 and 2.
Right, okay.
What is the rule for your 11th grade year where or which year, if you move, you can still come back for about a year and a half?
Yes, you have senior status,
And when does that start?
senior year.
So if you move
So if you
January
move,
of junior year, you gotta go?
you are welcome back. And actually, let's not use January because that's not a good date. If they move after February 5th, they get the rest of the year plus the next year.
Yeah.
If they move before that, they just get the year and they have to apply for open enrollment.
Yeah.
So it depends on when you move that you're eligible for a waiver.
And that's the reason why I was saying what I was saying was that they were already under open enrollment. And if they moved, then those are the ones that are actually able to come back because their waiver is over with, because of depending upon when they did move. So the waiver is over. So then we're asking for additional seat for them,
Yes.
be able to
Yes.
maintain and be able to keep them.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, I understand. So I'm looking at his report where we're looking at the open enrollment and for the projection, you've got no students, and so we're just bringing and opening up those seats that you're recommending right here.
Mhm.
Got it.
So basically it's 25 extra.
Got it.
It's 25.
25 extra seats in elementary school.
Okay.
Because remember, when we did open enrollment, we only did it in grades 6
Uh-huh.
and 8. Yeah, I almost said 9, 6 and 8 previously.
I guess my question is going to be is I'm a big advocate of smaller classroom sizes. And anything over 25 to me is overkill. What do these numbers do to the classroom sizes at the elementary school?
Grades, they will not reach 25 yet.
That was my question too.
That was a big part of our discussion.
Yes.
Knowing
Yeah,
that.
particularly in those formative years.
Oh, yes,
right? So
definitely.
we want to be able to pour into the littles. Yeah,
Mhm.
so, because I think it does two things. A, you need to give them that attention, but B, you want them to have a really, really good experience. right? So the parents are wanting to keep them here.
That's one thing we can always tout ourselves for our smaller classroom sizes. And what does that do? Create more of a family atmosphere when you start talking about classrooms.
So over the last few years, what have you seen for students showing up? Like, first week of school.
So the last 2 years, we were tracking down a lot of kids, but we also have an issue where people are not registering their students until the day of.
Yep, to the last second.
My next report will give you an update on that. But this year, they have been getting many, many reminders from myself, phone, email, and text. And my messages don't stop to them until they register. So we have seen an uptick in them calling. And sometimes it's just that they haven't hit the register button or submit. But we are looking good, trending very well this school year. with ensuring that everyone who has to be here will be here. Right now that our staff has returned, I do have our social workers with a list, ensuring that if you see someone on the list that we historically have not found, let's jump on that right now. Because we want to know, did you move? Are you still here? Are you coming back? We want you.
Any other questions for Ms. Ramos? Ms. Ramos, talk about it.
Very good report. I like the rationale behind your decisions for the recommendation.
Right, and then I guess that Mr. Paul is over there smiling a little bit internally. Because what that does do is actually bring more revenue into the district. To be able to kind of combat this deficit budget that we're looking at. And everything and stuff, we're gonna have to get you another energy drink by the time we get finished with this. So, any other questions? Are there any other questions? Again, this is one of those topics that, you know, when we discussed it before, we opened up those 80 enrollment seats. Part of me almost wanted to be like, well, you know what, I wanted to actually go like 100 and just be done, you know, and be done with it. But by us doing this and kind of knowing what the numbers are looking like, because we have like six classrooms of some, 5 classrooms of others, we wouldn't have to add any additional teachers because we're already there. We wouldn't have to overcrowd classrooms and stuff. So to me, this is a win-win. And like I said before, us being able to get these young people when they're younger, teach them the Brown Deere way, bring them up and keep them. I think that is a positive. Ms. Robinson, you had a question.
I was just gonna say, so we're okay with meeting whatever standards for the selection process if we do it like this?
Yes, so I have a waiting list in all of those grades.
Yeah.
I have the email ready to hit send tonight to let them know they can do enrollment. I'm ready.
It is that trigger for you ready, huh?
Yes.
Ready, look at you. All right. Any other questions? All right, would someone like to make a motion?
I will make a motion to approve 35 additional open enrollment seats for the 25-26 school year, including or as presented.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Robinson, thank you very much for that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Makin. Do we have any other discussion prior to us going to vote? All right, all in favor, raise hand and/or aye. Any opposed? You can see that motion carries unanimously, 7-0. All right. We got good.
And finally, my last update is update you all requested for enrollment. The preliminary enrollments, when I did the executive summary, are being updated right now, so I will let you know. The total enrollments we have as of today, 1421. Returning students, 1,230. New enrollments, 191.
All right, so this is different than the information that we got.
I updated it in real time.
Okay, all right, so this is,
Real time.
okay, so this is real time.
Actual data.
Okay, one more time, give me the numbers one more time. Give me the actual numbers again, one more time, please.
Total,
Uh-huh,
1,421.
okay.
Returning, 1,230.
Uh-huh.
New total, new enrollment, 191.
Okay.
And how many graduates did we have last semester?
I can't, what?
You don't remember? Okay.
That's like
okay.
148. Like 140.
1,230.
Cool.
So 1,421 as of today.
And our paper number? 1620.
And how many graduates, seniors will we have? You know that?
That's okay. I can tell you all these answers.
All right,
Find out later.
all right. All right, sounds good.
Those are my updates.
All right, well, thank you very much. I guess you get ready to put your finger on the button, huh? All right, let's get it. All right. All right, let's go on to our next item is our board reports. All right, SWSA legislative update, briefly, please.
You too, Todd. I mean, Dr. Beal.
You just use the outside voice, right?
No, actually though, there were no meetings in August. And the next meeting will be September the 9th, and I will make sure to practice brevity with that.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you, Ms. Mason. All right. All right, let's go to our WASB update.
No updates at this time.
All right, so a very brief one, update, okay. Ed Foundation,
We have not had a meeting, but we are looking at some potential restructuring with the foundation, so I will provide an update once that is determined.
all right, and Parks and Rec,
dates till October.
all right. All right, so now, you know what, now these are nice, brief meeting notes, thank you so much. Yes, Ms. Farrington.
I think I said it before, but I wanted to get on the agenda because I meet with the Board of Health 4 times a year. And they have really good updates that pertain to us, so I wanna make sure that, I can let you guys know the updates from the Board of Health, which is new. And only because I sit on that board, I don't know if that's a thing, but.
So again, so what we'd want to be able to do is make that an item E health. What's the exact title of it?
It's the North Shore Board of Health.
Or sure.
So it covers all the communities in the North Shore, with the health department.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Board members, you guys are good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, okay.
We
All
only
right,
meet 4 times a year, so.
okay. And this would be something we wouldn't need to have a vote on or whatever, it'd just be something that we would add on to the agenda as an information on that. Okay, okay. All right, thank you very much, Ms. Barrington. All right, let's go on to our next item, is item number 7, our board planning calendar. 27th is the open house from 2 to 4. Also on the 27th is the district-wide cookout at 4 p.m. September 1 is Labor Day, so everybody eat too much, drink too much, love too much. I'd say drink what? It could be lemonade, tea, Arnold Palmer's.
But you gotta be good.
Okay, all right, September 2nd is the first day of school for K-5 through 12th grade. The 9th is our special board meeting, the 23rd regular board meeting, the 25th is our budget hearing and our annual meeting. The board members, we definitely want you to be in attendance for that one if at all possible. We know everybody has day jobs and everything else like that, but this is one of those items that we generally always need to be present and visible because it is our annual meeting. All right, professional learning day is October the 3rd. I'm so sorry. Then homecoming game on the 10th against Martin Luther. All right, so again, hopefully we can get a whole bunch more touchdowns this time. Or whether they come out with that W. All right.
Great. Homecoming party?
Yep, and the dance is the 11th, and then we'll go from there. So I'll stop there. That's enough for yeah.
Will there be a parade?
Yeah.
Homecoming parade?
Should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Ms.
good.
Curry is the one that usually does that, and we do have passes, the Woodland passes, so that you
Mhm, so we
can
can
start
come in.
getting into games. I don't know if Ms. Ross was able to give them to.
Everybody get their cards, and that's in order for you to be able to get any Woodland event. All right.
Yeah.
So
And I also, I didn't mention it, but I wanted to thank Director Macon for showing up for New Teacher Week. She gave her welcome on behalf of the board, did an excellent job, so I wanted to thank her for being in attendance with us.
all right, and with that being said, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Robinson. Motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Farrington. All right, all in favor, raise hand and/or aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries unanimously 7-0, and I call this meeting officially over at 7:20 p.m. Thank you. Have a wonderful remainder of your evening and hey, even better week. Thank you. Good night. Record on board report, so. Oh, I'm sorry, we still on. Could you turn?